go.
Bobby, how are you?
Mom, my eye's bothering me.
Oh, it gets even better.
Bobby, don't do that stuff. Oh boy. How's the eye doing? Open? Oh, great. Excellent. Look at this. You'll be a scandalizing doctor over here.
They're different colors, but I thought you'd like green because that's my color.
She's been planting eyeballs everywhere.
So you can remember me. I said green eyeballs. See, it's the green eyeballs.
Oh my God.
Just
So
remember
you're
me that
creating a wrong impression. We have a student who needs to be a doctor. We have a doctor here who'll get confused.
Oh, if you don't have a sense of humor, all is lost.
That's been great. Bobby, been a pleasure. Eyes look fantastic. Vision's doing great, and then drops continue.
Yeah.
And I'll see you back like in about
I'm down, I think
3 weeks.
2 a day, I think, for this one,
Yeah.
and just once a day, I guess, for that. Is that right?
3 weeks.
For what? And then we do what?
I'll just observe, see how you're doing.
Okay.
Right? Any questions? Right. So she's had cataract. She was very complex. She had previous LASIK surgery somewhere, and a cataract of a certain kind, posterior subcapsular, with a weak zonule. So that's
My eye doctor kept saying I had elsewhere. Kept saying, come back next year, and I kept saying, I can't see. I got to do fine work, and I can't see. And he kept saying, come back. Oh yeah, you're the beginning of a cataract. Come back next year. I'm like, I can't see. I can't see. I need to see better. I got to see skin lines and so forth. And he said, come back next year. I said, I can't do that. So Deborah Jones, who's a PA, had worked with Dr. Gulani many years ago, and said, he's the ophthalmologist's ophthalmologist. So I said, I need a second opinion because I need to be able to see. And an irony of all ironies is that she was going to some other ophthalmologist at the time, and she calls me and says, I am dying. Something is wrong. My eye is swollen. It hurts. And she'd gone to this guy, and he put in the wrong lens. It was too big for the actual eye. She couldn't see. She had double vision. She's going through hell. So I said, don't do anything else. Go in to see Dr. Gulani because whatever the other guy did, something's really wrong. And that's when she found out all these other things had gone wrong. And so she's still coming in to see you.
Yeah,
so.
okay. She's
But
been
she's
fantastic.
a PA that referred me here, and I've been seeing him. So I've been sending you some people. I hope you've gotten them by now.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's a special code. It's actually a consultation. You can bill it at a higher level.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. Great to go. Thank you.
I'm a physician assistant, and I've been a PA for close to 40 years. So I am a Stanford Medical School graduate. And a master's University of Nebraska Medical College. I was seeing another practice for the last 6 years, going to them for my eye needs, and they kept telling me, oh, come back next year, come back next year. I had the quote beginning of a cataract, but I kept telling them I couldn't see well enough. I work in different types of clinics. I do suturing, family practice, whatever is required, but I wasn't able to see the things that I needed to see as finely as I needed to see, and I kept telling them that, and they just kept, come back next year, come back next year. A friend of mine who's also another physician assistant had worked with Dr. Gulani years ago and said, well, Dr. Gulani is the best of the best, go see him. And I said, well, I went to make the appointment, got in right away. I know one of the people that work there, Nick Freeman. He is a pre-PA that I mentored as a student through the University of North Florida pre-PA club. He and my daughter started that club at the University of North Florida. And again, talking with him, and I was in the process in some teaching roles too for him and some others. And I asked Nick, and Nick got me in immediately, so I came in, and right away though, it was like, what is the issue, what is the problem, why, what are you looking for? It wasn't just like, oh yeah, it's just plain old, it's another cataract issue. No, it's what do you want to see, how fine do you need to see? It was definitely designed to actually meet my needs, which are to be able to do these kind of distant work, but plus also fine up close work. So it was definitely set to what my needs were going to be. And so that the actual process was that the lens was to be redesigned to be then placed inside the eye to actually make my vision even finer than I had previously. And so that's what I've achieved at this point. So that this device that was actually implanted, that was designed by Dr. Gulani, knowing all these fine things that I needed for my vision, that then he was able to design this and then get this then surgically implanted in my eyes so that my vision now has really improved. The irony is that in the process of all this, I called and talked with Deborah Jones, who's a PA, who's the one who had referred me, and I was telling her that I was coming to see Dr. Gulani. And it turns out she had seen her physicians that she'd been seeing for 15 years. They had done one of her eyes with a lens replacement, and it was a disaster. She was in a lot of pain. She couldn't see well. The eye was swollen. And so I said, and she was all worried because they're going to do the next surgery within days. And I said, just, don't get a second opinion. So she came in, saw Dr. Gulani. She found out that they had put the wrong lens in her eye. It was too large. And all these other terrible things had happened. And then she required all kinds of other things to be done. It was not a cookie cutter, just put a new lens in her eye. So Dr. Gulani, thank God, has been able to save her vision for her, is working with her. She still has some issues, but I mean, it was just a terrible disaster. So she and I have been paralleling and giving each other rides back and forth for the different surgery days to go to the South Point Surgery Center, and it has worked out very well. And it's been much like very much. What to be like treated like part of family rather than strangers coming in, and they certainly have catered to our specific needs and taken care of us very well. And there's no doubt about it, very professional. Definitely the ophthalmologist that we were able to find. Definitely the super specialist. So very much pleased with the outcome. Definitely my vision is so much more improved, and the world has become much brighter, more vivid, and much more enhanced, and I can see fine lines and tree leaves and all these things now that I wasn't able to see before. Unfortunately, my makeup mirror also tells me no lies now, so that is a problem, but not nothing, and that's not anything I can really complain about, that I can actually have such a much more improved vision. And the vividness of colors has just been, it's like, my phone has suddenly been updated, and even the dials in my car for the different gauges, it's like, oh goodness, look at all these things. So yes, it's definitely made a major, vast improvement, and I now appreciate HD TV, which I never thought I could see. So these little things that make a big difference, very big difference. It's been well worth it.